Welcome back. All right, there you see Ray Rice. He's been at the center of news, and now it's playing out on Instagram as his wife, who was hit in that elevator, Janay Rice, is letting her voice be heard via her Instagram account. And here's what she posted. I woke up this morning feeling like I had a horrible nightmare, feeling like I'm mourning the death of my closest friend, but to have to accept the fact that its reality is a nightmare itself. No one knows the pain that the media and unwanted options, maybe that's opinions there from the public, has caused my family to make us relive a moment in our lives that we regret. Every day is a horrible thing. She goes on to say, to take something away from the man that I love, that he has worked his blank off for all of his life just to gain ratings, is horrific. This is our life. What don't you all get? If your intentions were to hurt us, embarrass us, make us feel alone, take all happiness away, you've succeeded on so many levels. Just know we will continue to grow and show the world what real love is. Ravens Nation, we love you. Again, that is from Janay Rice, and we know the situation. We've seen the video obtained by TMZ of her getting knocked out. February 15th incident. We know since that time, Ray Rice has been suspended indefinitely by the NFL and fired from the Ravens. Joining us now, by the way, special guest Tanya Young-Williams. She was married to former NBA player Jason Williams, spokeswoman for the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and she was in an abusive relationship. So we want to hear your story, but first off, your reaction to Janay Rice's Instagram post there.
Her comments and her Instagram posts are typical of a victim of domestic violence. She is in love with her husband. I would have been shocked had she come out with anything else than saying, I love him, leave us alone, because this is a private matter. In her mind, the media is blowing a private situation out of proportion. And it's this old saying, you can't see the forest from the trees. When you are in a domestic violence situation, that adage never is more true.
Can they work through it?
You know, they need a lot of counseling. He needs a lot of counseling. She needs a lot of counseling. The bottom line is she loves him more than she loves herself. That's the truth, and that's reality. Abusers don't just change. They need anger management counseling. They need to dig down deep and realize, how can I handle horrible situations? Instead of using my hands, instead of using hurtful words, how can I manage my feelings without beating up someone I supposedly love? So it will take a lot of work, a lot of counseling, and a lot of support. They need to listen to people who have been there, done it, and who have grown from the situation.
Got it. In your situation, was it more physical, verbal abuse, Tanya?
What I don't want people to do is to think that one weighs more heavily than the other. Any type of debilitating. So whether it is physical, emotional, psychological, her and essentially to her whole world. So my situation was a little bit of everything. But I often tell people, what was scary for me is that I knew that fighting back, I probably would not have stopped, and I would have killed my abuser, and then I would not have been there for my children. So we all have to come to points where we look at the situation and say, what is necessary for me to protect myself and for me to protect my children? And her light bulb needs to go on before it's too late.
You know, there's a couple of hashtags out there, Tanya. I want to get your take on them. One is why I stayed, and the other is why I left. On the why I stayed, Andrea posted this. Basically, I thought bringing him into a loving home would make him want to change. Is that a prevalent feeling among someone in an abusive relationship? I can make them change?
Absolutely. As women, we are nurturers by nature, and we think that we can fix the situation. We think that if we love him enough, if we give him everything he needs, if we act in a certain way, then of course it is rational to assume that he would stop hurting me. But you have to realize you cannot expect an irrational person to act rationally. So we don't have the capacity, just because we want to love, to change an abuser's psychological makeup.
There you go. Okay, the other part of this, and we want to welcome in Lonnie Coombs, who is a great attorney, former prosecutor. Also, Mike Freeman's with us, Bleacher Report lead NFL writer, is the hashtag Goodell must go. That NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell did not do a good job handling this. Here is a couple of comments. Markey posted this, or tweeted this out. NFL commish should step down. Goodell must go, either incompetent or deliberate, into the Ray Rice investigation. Here's another one from Vida. Goodell must go. He saw Rice drag his wife out of the elevator. He had full knowledge of what happened. Unconscionable cover-up. And Mike, I'll start with you on this one as we look at this again. The prevalent argument is it's either Goodell and the NFL did not do a thorough investigation and demand that video, or they saw it and looked the other way. Their statement on this is this from this morning: security for Atlantic City casinos is handled by the New Jersey State Police. Any videos related to an ongoing criminal investigation are held in the custody of the state police. As we said yesterday, we requested from law enforcement any and all information about the incident, including the video from inside the elevator. The video was not made available to us. So that's what they're saying. Mike, to you. Goodell must go is the hashtag. Will he go or will he stay?
Well, first of all, I don't think he's going anywhere. You just had a few minutes ago, or actually maybe a few hours ago, one of the most respected owners in the NFL, Robert Kraft, say he thinks Goodell did a good job. Now, whether that's the debatable point, but when a major owner, someone of who owns the New England Patriots, someone of that stature, backs Goodell, there's almost no chance he's going anywhere. But when I talk to teams around the league, there's a feeling that Goodell is probably telling the truth about not seeing the video. And there's a feeling that the NFL, the front office of the league, Goodell didn't want to see the video. They wanted to distance themselves from it, have some sort of plausible deniability. They didn't see it. They didn't want to see it. They want to keep as far away from it as possible. That's what I'm hearing. That is actually, to me, pretty plausible, pretty NFLian to sort of just play ignorant and say they didn't see something that was really horrible.
Got it. Lonnie, again, you're a former prosecutor. Looking at this, could the NFL have gotten that video if they really wanted it?
If they really wanted it, absolutely. Look, their security force is one of the most sophisticated ones out there. It's made up of former police officers, FBI agents. They know how to get a video. Whether it meant going to the law enforcement more, saying, look, we really want this video, going to the casino itself, or go to Ray Rice. His attorney had the video. All they had to say is, look, we're doing this investigation. We want your cooperation. We need that video. If they wanted it, they could have gotten it, but it's clear they didn't want it. And it's either naivete about the seriousness of domestic violence, or is this intentional disregard for wanting to know the full truth of what happened?
Hey, Tanya, one other thing that Roger Goodell is getting criticized for is the interview he had, that he violated basically rules of a case like this where you're interviewing Janay Palmer Rice with Ray Rice present. How bad is that?
That's absolutely horrible. You never want to interview a victim in front of her abuser. Not only does she love him, but she wants to protect him. And even if she wanted to say something contrary to what they presented, she would never do it in front of the abuser. For the NFL and Goodell, at the end of the day, they must learn from this. The same way they have consultants come in and talk about finances and hygiene and money management and business, they need to have someone come in and speak to these players every single year about domestic violence. It needs to be a priority, not only in their league, in every professional league, so these people do not continue to abuse their wives and girlfriends and essentially hurt our whole society by this type of conduct.
Very well put. We all agree with that. Tanya, thank you. Lonnie, Mike, appreciate it.